sure we're all set up looking good here. I should have stuck to the Peds game. Dang it. Hello, everybody. Good evening. Sorry if I sound like crap. I am fighting off a pretty severe head cold, so I do apologize. I'm going to get some things fixed up here on the live real quick, so just give me a second, okay? So give me 1 second. So if you hear me coughing, I do apologize. Like I said, getting over a pretty severe head cold, so that's why you haven't seen or heard from me much the last few days. But I do apologize. Let me get this stream fixed up here. But hello to who we got in here. We got hello Justin, hello Chris, hello Katrina, hello Marla, Hollis. What's up, buddy? Feeling better than I did yesterday. I felt like death yesterday. And I don't take off work, but I had to take off work the last 2 days just to try to get better. I'm going back tomorrow, but I still feel like crap. So we're gonna give it a try. But we're gonna do this little bit of we're gonna do this little chat since I know we haven't been on. We apologize. There's just been no weather to chase at all. I mean, there's a little marginal threat, but it's a little too far away for just a day or two off. If it was a little bit closer, like my dad was hoping, but so yeah, doesn't sound like it. Yeah. I know I don't sound better, but I do feel better. I do feel a little better. I had a pounding headache and body aches yesterday. Today I feel better. It's just getting over the stuffiness and the coughing. So I apologize, but we'll get through this. This is going to be a chat for anyone who wants to ask any questions, wants to know what's going on with us. My mic is quiet. Okay, hold on a second. Let's see if I can fix that. I don't know how the heck I fixed that last time. Better now? How's it sound now, Chris? Any better? It's been a while since I did this for you guys, and I apologize. Yep, thank you, Marla. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of chicken soup and lots of ginger ale and been resting the last 2 days, but I am back to work tomorrow. Unfortunately, I have no more sick time, so I am still sounds a little bit. Let me move it up just a little bit more. Hold on. How about now? Is that better now? Test 1, 2, 3, 4. I know I'm talking a little quiet. I don't want to scream and yell either. But hello to everybody. Hello, Tony. Hello, Paramom. Chubbs, Superfan Chubbs in house. We were actually watching back at our videos, guys. This goes for everybody here. Chubbs has been with us since our 4th ever live video. We only had 3 people commenting and about not even 100 subscribers. So Chubbs has been here the whole time with us. That is amazing. So thank you to Chubbs for sticking with us. We really, really, really appreciate it. Okay, you guys are starting to hear me better. Okay, I had to turn the sound up on the computer. That because I think last time when I was doing the videos and show you going through the lives, it was too loud. So all good. It's all good. But yeah, like I said, this is going to be a chat for any of you guys who want to ask questions. Ask about chases, anything at this point, anything at all. I just threw up a picture here. This was our chasecation. earlier. Well, actually, this wasn't even chasecation. This was earlier in the year. We were out chasing in Iowa, Illinois area. This was actually the day of our lost video, our lost live that we went 19 hours for in New London, Iowa. This was the day of the New London, Iowa tornado. There's Davy's car on the left. There's us, and then everybody knows Tornado Pagey getting pictures of the storm. Oh no, Chubbs. Not good, not good, my friend. Well, we'll be praying for you. Gotta get that knee better so we can keep making that homemade ice cream because we're coming down for it eventually. Jeez. It's a good thing I got a big glass of milk. But yeah, this was near Alexis, Illinois. We caught this supercell coming at us here. I think that's Davey right there in the green coat. And that's Landon Smith in front of him, who will be joining me on chasecation this year. I'm not sure exactly when, but I think it's going to be the end of April, beginning of May is when I'm going to be taking my chasecation. So, but yeah, this is, like I said, this is going to be a video. We can go through some pictures. We can show you guys any of our chases we've done. Anything you guys want to ask, questions, concerns, comments. We could talk about the meet and greet. We could talk about chasecation. We could talk about anything. So you guys are welcome to ask anything in the chat. This is your video. This is your guys' video. Guys and gals, this is your video. You guys can ask anything. Guess that's you drinking milk and yep. Cheers. In my Pittsburgh Pirates cup. Because they still suck. Yeah, Justin, for sure. Maybe this year the hurricane season will get a little bit crazy for you again. Post a picture from the Jamestown chase. Oh, just the snowstorm from recently? I don't know if we have any of that up yet or not. Let me see here. Weather be on this one. Nope, it would be on this one. I don't know if we have any of the pictures up from the. No, we don't have anything up from the snow chases yet. Not yet. We didn't really get a whole lot of. I didn't get a whole lot of pictures myself from the chase up there in from Jamestown. So, all right, let's get to some of the things here. Tony asked, "What was your most memorable tornado intercept?" I will have to pull up a picture of that somewhere. Where can I get that picture at? Let me see if I can pull this up for you guys. Hold on one second here, because I just posted it the other day. Oh, come on. That was the right password. Hold on one second, guys. read some of the comments while this thing's logging in. I get a notification on my phone saying, "Hey, you logged into the wrong account." Yes, it's me. Yes. Let me see some of the other comments, and I will get to your question, Tony, because that's a very good question here as well. Because I know I got a little behind on the comments here. Small weather put on a YouTube channel. Yeah, we'll definitely get you there. Hi, Bleen. How are you? Jobs is supposed to get thunderstorms tomorrow. Woo! I want some thunderstorms. Ho, ho, ho to you, Grifter. How are you? Yeah, we had some freezing rain the other day, but it did. I mean, east of here really got it, but all right, let me see here. Where's my photos at? You guys get to see all my craziness I have on Facebook. Did I not do one? I must not have done an album from that one. I'll have to do an album. So here's the storm, actually. So this was the craziest intercept that I ever had. This was back in August. This was out in Mountain City, South Dakota. Actually, Grandma will be with me here. That's the supercell that, if you could imagine, I took this picture on my phone while you guys were live. I think Katrina was here. I think Chubbs was here. Grifter was here. I think Chris was here. I think Justin might have been here for that one. Paramount, I think, was here for that one. Yeah, this was Mountain City, South Dakota. I'll have to see if I can go back and find a picture here. Oh. Filter. This will find me by what I'm looking for here. Since unfortunately I don't have an album set up, I should have made this an album, but I didn't. That's my fault. See if you're getting storms. We could do that, Chubbs. Absolutely, we could do that. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, this is the storm here. This is what it actually started out as. This was actually a tornado that formed across the river from us. This is our view. We were probably good 10 miles on the other side. We were on the other side of the river from it. And this is out in Mountain City, South Dakota. We were north of Mountain City at this point. We were actually in North Dakota for this one. I think we were. And we saw it across the river. We tried to get and then this is it a little bit further out coming in. And then as it got closer to us, we sat along the river for a while with a bunch of other chasers. And as it got closer, that storm kind of petered out. The second one started forming to the south. Well, actually, take it back. This one here moved north towards the interstate up in North Dakota. That produced a tornado near, I think it was Steele. What the heck was that? Oh, Facebook notification. And as this one hit Steele, it produced a tornado, but it wasn't as it was pretty powerful, but it wasn't as pretty as the one we got. But again, as it got closer, this is what it started coming into. Now, as we're sitting right in this spot here, a NSSL Severe Storms Lab truck drove behind us. And I'm like, oh, well, they're here. We must be in the right spot. So, and this was obviously the start of it as it started really getting going. And then as we got to our spot right before it formed, that's what that supercell looked like. Never in my wildest dreams would I have ever thought I would get a storm like this, especially with my grandma B, who's part of the team. You all know Grandma B. But this was the storm we saw behind us. Again, it's a mesocyclone. The whole thing's rotating. Looks like a big mothership. Here's your beaver tail. So this is your feeder band coming in. So this is feeding your storm. Your winds are obviously coming from behind us, heading into the storm. So this would have been like where your hook is in your storm. So can't get any better than that. Then there's where the tornado started to form in the distance. And obviously got real pretty. little bit of rain drafted there, maybe a little bit of hail downdrafted there, but we were able to see it pretty much for mostly the whole time. Here's my video.
Crossbreaking the PA storm tracker. You can see right behind me here. She's starting to kind of lift up now. Here she comes back down again.
Sorry if it's a little loud.
Stovepipe tornado on the ground. Here she comes back down again.
See it back here.
She's back down on the ground again. You can see the funnel cloud out there behind me. With a very large stovepipe just a few minutes ago, just a few miles to my west here. We're live, seeing it live right now on YouTube. PA Storm Tracker. Get over here. You don't want to miss it. Josh.
That's Josh just being Josh, being crazy, right? Okay. Like, sorry if I was a little loud for you guys, but I mean, as long as it wasn't super, super loud. But here's the next one. Me and this guy down here. I don't know. I never got his name, but me and him were yelling back and forth the whole time. You guys were on the live. You heard me yelling at him for the longest time. But yeah, this was this year. This was from August 28th of this year in Mound City, South Dakota. This storm would go on to produce probably over a dozen tornadoes throughout the night. As I was watching the live again the other night, was it last night? Sunday night when I got sick, I was watching the excuse me. When I was watching this storm live again, there was tornadoes in this. That I didn't see, first. So obviously we had a lot of nighttime tornadoes with this too. I didn't get them onto this album, but if you go back into the live from the Dakota Chase, you would see it. Sorry, ZX, I would, but I'm sick. I can't go anywhere. I'm sorry. And there's been no drone sightings in PA. There's been no sightings over here in Western PA. They've all been in New Jersey, so it's a little far for me, but sorry, I can't go. I'm sick still. Got to get better for work tomorrow. I do apologize. If I was feeling better, I would. But here, we'll watch the video.
Huge draft going on right above us here. Large cone tornado. Multi-vortex a few minutes ago. It's coming up and down. We just had also a little rope tornado. We might have our energy getting transferred here. Energy might be getting transferred to that right area right now. PA Storm Trackers live on YouTube. Storms are becoming tornadic very quickly.
So actually, as I was saying that, right before this this storm, so obviously here's your main tornado. There actually was a rope tornado over here, a little satellite tornado over here, a little bit of a downdraft, or the new circulation area. So it obviously produced a little rope tornado, which we did have. So we did have twins on the ground at the same time. I can't remember if I caught on the live or not. I looked and I don't think I did. But you're right, Chubbs. This was the one I caught with Grandma. I think she's in the next video that I have. So there it is. There was the pretty tornado picture that I got. This is the prettiest picture. So here you go, Tony. This was the prettiest tornado picture I've ever caught, ever. I'm still very, very pleased of that I caught that, and I really appreciate my grandmother for coming with me and letting me stick out there for that. So, hi, Kat. How are you tonight?
We have a tornado on the ground. Beautiful tornado on the ground.
You'll hear me talk to Graham too.
Graham, look in your mirror.
You hear?
You like that, huh?
Grandma's never seen a tornado like that ever.
She is definitely doing it.
And that's all it did was go up and down, up and down, up and down. She danced. It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. So we went across the main road that ran up in About City, and this was, the tornado dissipated at this point, but it was getting ready to form again. And this was the mesocyclone. You can see the layers in the mothership. With the feeder band still over here on the right, so still kicking. This storm went on for a few hours into the night. Obviously, you can see it's the sun setting. Sun's almost down. So this was obviously like getting to be about 8 o'clock or so in the evening. Got a little bit further out. It was starting to broaden out a little bit more. It wasn't as condensed of a supercell, but it was still real pretty. And it was still producing tornadoes. I believe there is one down right here. I think there is one down right there. So, this thing continued on for a few hours here. This was at night. Quality wasn't as great because the lighting was horrible on my phone. But again, definitely still getting a pretty structure. Here's your downdraft, your RFD area, which probably was hiding the tornado at this point, because there was one on the ground at that point too. But that was all I got from that. I got to get some screenshots. I got to get some screenshots of the nighttime tornadoes that I captured as well. Because we caught a couple. If you guys remember watching us at night when we're driving, we got hit the hail. It was real dark out. The lightning was lighting up another cone tornado right in front of us. And there was one behind us. There was 2 tornadoes on the ground at once. We couldn't go anywhere. We were stuck between them. But we never got hit by one. So we stayed safe. Stayed safe. Try to find one with just pictures. So we don't kill you guys with the videos. Which one was that? West Virginia. No, I'm trying to find some good ones for you guys. Yeah, I do have some albums on my Facebook. If you guys are friends with me on there, I do have a couple albums. Oh, that's the wrong one. Sorry, guys. I apologize. Yeah, right. I'm cat squeezing between 2 tornadoes. Yeah. Don't know how I did it, but I did it. I do have an album for Debbie, Helene, Chasecation 24. I guess I could show you guys my perspective from the 2024 Chasecation that we got. Some of those roads, those cars would be flying, getting away from the tornadoes. The thing is, Justin, a lot of those cars were chasers. They were pulling over they were getting ahead of the storm. They were like, they get out like a good mile ahead of the storm, then they all pull over. That's the thing is, if you don't get out and chase a lot, you don't get to have the full feeling of the chaser convergence of how many people were out there. That day was a light day in South Dakota. There wasn't a whole lot of people on there. a whole lot of people out there. So it wasn't as crazy. But when we were down at like Grady last year, or even out in Iowa this year for Greenfield, there was a lot of chasers out there. So you go down a road, there'd be a lot of cars. They just bail off the road, no turn signals. They'd stop in the middle of the road, hop out, running up to the fence to get pictures. You're just like, what the heck is going on? It's like a circus going on out there. But it's not too bad. You just gotta know how to deal with it. We like to stay away from the big main roads because that's where all the chasers are. You like to get off on your own and get the pictures. So here is from our chasecation this year. This was back in May. This is like when we had the Greenfield tornado and the Weatherford, Iowa, or the Weatherford, Oklahoma tornado. And our mess we had in Oklahoma. I didn't get any pictures of the mess we had. If you guys remember that whole fiasco where we got stuck in the ditch and had to be pulled out. That was a mistake and lesson learned for sure. So don't go on clay roads when they get wet in Oklahoma. Bad idea. Doesn't matter if you have an all-wheel drive vehicle or not, you're getting stuck. I don't know how Davy's red car got out, but these were a couple storms we got on the way out. These were in Illinois. Nice little base going on here. Nice little wall cloud. This storm was moving away from us. We didn't get to see it very long. I thought this was something cool, but I was mostly getting a picture, I think, of how flat it is out in Illinois. It's pretty flat. I love it out there, so... Hi, JBL. How are you? And yeah, here's the storm as it moves away. Had to do a Buc-ee stop, Always got to stop at Buc-ee's. We love Buc-ee's. They're not too popular up in our area, but they are building one in Dayton, Ohio. So I can't wait. Because on our way out, we can stop there and get beef jerky and some brisket sandwiches. Because right now our closest one is in Kentucky, and the next closest, I believe, is in Missouri or South Carolina. Obviously, Oklahoma, we got the chase vehicle in the background, Baba B. If a mouse would go over there. All right, mouse. This is not fun games. Stupid mouse. Here's Baba B in the chase vehicle. But yeah, there's the Welcome to Oklahoma sign if we were at a rest stop. Had to stop at the Twister Museum. I think I got a couple pictures for you guys in there, videos or something. But yeah, here's the famous water tower from Waukita, Oklahoma. While we were there, we had the extreme Twister Tours vans. They're the best and most well known chase tours in the United States. They cost a lot of money to go on, but they're the best tour group out there. But there's their vehicles. They pulled in right after we did. So then there's the Welcome to Waukita sign with the chase vehicle with the wheat. I think it's wheat or corn. I think it's wheat stock there. Here, I did a little video for you guys. This is at the Twister Museum.
All right, guys, this is the Twister Museum here. The map of where everybody comes from.
This map shows kind of where everybody comes from. That's visited. Obviously, a lot of America. Then they have the world map over here. A lot of Europe. So that's for you, Chris Gray. A lot of people from Europe have visited.
Last time, didn't we?
I think we did. Pretty close.
Yeah, I bet you we're that gold one.
Even from Alaska and Hawaii, California, and then there's the world one, all over the world. England,
Australia. I hear Linda talking. She's the owner of the Twister Museum. She's a really nice lady.
mementos.
We got a picture with her. All the mementos for the movie.
Okay. Pictures from this.
These pictures are from the set, so a lot of the town was built up. Or they had a lot of old abandoned buildings in town that they were looking to knock, like, you know, they were abandoned. The town didn't really want them. They didn't know what to do with them. The movie people came in and said, hey, you know, we'll use these buildings, we'll destroy them and knock them down and get them out of your way. So the town's like, deal. So they obviously, as you can see in some of these pictures here, they had to build up the town to make it look like an actual full-size town. Because it's not. And they ended up destroying it. You should have seen the fans that they had to make the win. They were these huge, huge fans on trailers that they had to bring in. It was pretty cool.
Set. Here's what the set looked like. Build it all up. And they tore it all down for this movie. Put it all up. And they tore it all.
So your top picture here was it all built up, and then it was all tore down after the set was done. So very cool how Hollywood can make some stuff like it was back in 1997 when they filmed the movie
all
Twister.
For this movie. Vehicles and stuff that we use.
What I was going to show them was all the pictures of the town and stuff.
A lot of really cool stuff, guys.
If you guys have noticed this picture here, I'll go back a little bit more so you guys can see it. This picture here is actually one of the turbo fans they used in the movie to blow the buildings down and stuff. Obviously, all the other vehicles that they used in the movie and stuff too.
I'm going to show them all the pictures of the town and stuff.
A lot of really cool stuff, guys.
That's Aunt Meg's house, I think.
The original movie model from Aunt Meg's house. Yep, that is Aunt Meg's. Newspaper articles.
So actually, which was really cool about this, and I don't know if you guys do this, but they actually built Aunt Meg's house for the movie, and then they destroyed it. So it was actually not there when they did it. So pretty cool stuff.
Yep, actually. Right in 1990, guys. More pictures of town. They did demolish the town, the movie and stuff. And Aunt Meg's house. It's no longer there.
So obviously that's the end of that video. This was obviously all the mementos from all the local meteorologists and the local storm chasers and reporters that gave stuff to the Twister Museum during their the opening and the premiere of Twister and all that cool stuff.
All the memorabilia from all the other people. All the mementos from the movie.
There's the original Dorothy. There it is from the movie.
That's alright. I'll just do a swing around here. Do a quick video for, since our followers couldn't be in here to see it.
So yeah, we were doing a live video to bring you guys in to show you. Unfortunately, signal in town is very, very, very sketchy. So even with like hitting like Wi-Fi, it wasn't going to work. So, but that's the original Dorothy from the movie. That's Dorothy 1. They use it for props
That's
and
alright.
other.
I'll just do a swing around here. Do a quick video for.
And I don't remember if they used. I'll have to look back because I don't remember for sure. But I don't remember if they used the Dorothy one in the new Twisters movie, because remember there was a Dorothy in the beginning of it. I'll have to look back and see, but this is the original from the movie. This is number one, and they use it for parade. They take it to parades and stuff. Chubbs asked a question: what's the name of the yellow with black stripes that the tornado destroyed when Bill drove in the ditch? Oh, Joe's Jeep. Yeah, I don't remember if they had a name for it or not. It was Joe's Jeep is the one that yeah, that was Joe's Jeep that they destroyed at first. But I don't remember if it had a name or not. I must not have got a picture with Linda. I'll have to find that and share with you guys that picture with us with Linda, the owner of the drive-in or the Twister Museum. We'll get to that a little bit here. If you guys follow weather, you know that this memorial right here is very, very well known in the weather community, and it's very sad. We got the chance to visit it. It's the Paul Samaras, Tim Samaras, and the Carl Young Memorial for TwistX. This is just outside of El Reno, Oklahoma. You can visit. It's a public place. People leave mementos all over, license plates, stuff like that. Very emotional. Very emotional. But definitely very, very nice to attend and look at and be there. You can feel their presence, and that's actually where they wrecked and were killed by that tornado that day. So very nice memorial, very touching, very sad, but very you can feel there's a lot of peace there. And there's the chase vehicle with it. That's Papa B's pickup. That's not the Tick. The Tick doesn't go on the chasecations. So there's an Oklahoma sunset for you guys. You don't get to see that too often. And very nice with the sun, with the flat open air sunset. This is Lucille's Roadhouse. It's a historic spot on the Mother Road. This is historic Route 66 that runs through the center part of the country from Chicago to Los Angeles. This is right in Oklahoma. So this is the Mother Road. This isn't open anymore, but it's famous and it was very nice. There's me with my good friend Nick. He doesn't usually jump in the chat, but he was in the chat the day we were out there chasing. But that's my friend Nick. He used to live here, but he now lives in Oklahoma. So I got to meet up with him and talk with him. So it was really cool. There's the sounding for the first day. The day we got stuck in the ditch. That was the sounding. It was a little contaminated at the beginning, but that day definitely had the potential to produce some big tornadoes. But it wasn't too bad. Oop. Hold on, let me go back here. There's all of us getting breakfast. I think that was at a Denny's, I think. No, Jerry's. I'm sorry, Jerry's. It was a local place where we stayed at in Weatherford. But yeah, that's Jerry's. Good breakfast. About to get a picture of the team before we started our first day of chasecation.
Good morning, everybody, from Weatherford, Oklahoma. Storm Chaser Dark Sprinkler PA Storm Trackers. It's chase day here in Oklahoma and Kansas. We just had a good breakfast at Jerry's, and now we're headed north to the Oklahoma-Kansas border to chase supercell thunderstorms, all hazards possible today. Initiation looks to be about 4 to 5 p.m. Central Time. We're going to be live on YouTube all day long, PA Storm Trackers. Starts about 3 o'clock or so. So stay tuned with us here as we'll be following thunderstorm development all day long here and into the evening hours. It's going to be an explosive day across the area here. It's pretty warm now, sunny skies. Dew points are building, temperatures are building. See what we can find out there. Again, we're in Weatherford, Oklahoma, heading to our target area up near the Oklahoma-Kansas border.
If any of you follow me on Twitter, I do those updates when we're out chasing as much as possible. So, hi Ruthie, Rust Belt Ruthie's on. Whoop whoop. How are you, Ruthie? Can't wait to see you soon. They did, Chubbs. Yes, they did use it on old Dorothy right at the beginning of the new Twister movie. Yes. If anybody has watched the new Twisters movie, knows exactly this spot right here. Tell me if you all know this spot. Wait a minute here. Comment it. I'm going to go blow my nose. I'll be right back. This cold sucks. Oh, thank you, Justin. I wasn't sure which Dorothy it was. So it was Dorothy 4. I gotcha. Oh no, Ruthie, not good, not good. Yeah, I'm actually getting over being sick too, so don't feel. But if anybody has seen, does anybody know this picture right here where this is at? Anybody know? I'll give you a hint. It's in the new Twisters movie if you've seen it. Maybe that one will be a little bit easier for you to tell. Okay. Yeah, that's the only 2 I got. Anybody know where that picture was taken? There you go, Justin. That's cool. Anybody else with a guess? Anybody know where this spot is? It's in the new movie. So Mike got it right. Yes, this is the gas station where they first meet. They first meet up with all the chasers, and Tyler Owens pulls in for the first time. This is the exact same gas station. It is an abandoned gas station, but it is in Oklahoma. You can visit it. It's open. Anybody can see it. But yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool that you could stop there and check it out. We had to check it out. So this is an open salt flat that's out there. You can go out there and dig for gems. Obviously, we didn't have time to do it, but yeah, you can go out there and dig gems. I can't remember the name of it. Here's the new update.
Hey guys, Storm Chaser Josh Brinker here at the PA Storm Tracker. We're live in Toccoa, Oklahoma, at the Loves right now. Just grabbing a quick snack and just wait for storms to develop here. We're setting up in this area here near Interstate 35, getting ready for storm development. Storms should develop around dinner time to 7 o'clock frame in Central Daylight Time. Looking still all hazards possible. They lowered the tornado threat for today, but I still believe a spin-up tornado is possible. Maybe even a strong tornado. Models are kind of agreeing on a strong tornado in this area, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. But again, we're live here near Tonkawa, Oklahoma, at the Loves on Interstate 35, getting ready to set up for crazy chase planes chasing here. Never know what can happen when it's May. You chase, especially in the plains. On a good day, we'll keep you all up to date on what's going on. We'll be live on YouTube starting at 2.
So obviously I do updates and stuff throughout usually the days. Usually the beginning of the day I'll put them on my Twitter page or my Facebook page, or usually the Facebook page as well. So if you're a member, you'll get to see those first. Just to give our members a little bit of love, they get to kind of see what the days look like, the plans are, stuff like that. But chase vehicle here, sit here, or the Kestrel's up, get readings. See how flat open it is out there in Oklahoma. This is North Oklahoma, by the way.
Hey guys, Storm Chaser Josh Brink, PA Storm Trackers. We're live out here between Pond Creek and Nash, Oklahoma. Getting ready for storm development here in just a few more hours here. It is currently 87 degrees out here with pretty high dew points. Dew points right around 64 degrees, so it's pretty warm and muggy out here. Seeing a lot of other storm chasers out and about here. Storms are getting ready to develop here around 7 o'clock. All hazards continue to remain possible. Large hail, damaging winds in excess of 75 miles per hour, as well as an isolated tornado potential here. We're still live on YouTube right now. PA Storm Trackers. Continuing to watch these clouds start forming over us here. No storm development here yet, but just to our western Texas panel, storms are developing. Continuing to monitor it on YouTube. Stay with us. We'll continue across North Oklahoma.
Here's the funny thing is, too, what I said about, I see a lot of storm chasers out here, Brandon Coppin drove by as soon as I said that. So, when Davey was with us, we also had a guy, I forget his name, but he was from Australia. He's a chaser who comes over every year. He's kind of like a Daniel Shaw, but he's not Daniel Shaw. He comes over from Australia every year, and he chases from like March to like July, and he chases. So I forget his name, but he was really cool, really nice guy to meet. And we met a young chaser named Chase, which was ironic. Got to meet up with Chase, and then kind of followed us around for a little bit. We're making, trying to decide what storms to go to, and then he ended up going off on his own to chase a bigger storm. We were still kind of hanging out south of the storms just to see what happens with these storms. But as you see, we started getting on a storm here, started to rotate with a real nice wall cloud, and then we had that drive in front of us. Yeah, we got on a dirt road. We backed in, and then this drives right in front of us. Yes, that is the TIV. Not the Dominator, that's the TIV. The Tornado Intercept vehicle. That is owned by Ryan Shepard. We did get that. We also had this, too. I still think, I was talking to Ryan Shepard about this. We think this might have been a spin-up. There's a little funnel here trying to come out. Yeah, it looks a little, scuddy looking around it, but there's a lot of dust getting circulated around down here. So we think there might have been a little spin-up tornado right here. But yes, we got a picture. That's actually Ryan Shepard climbing on top of the TIV. As soon as I got the picture, I sent it to him and said, "Intercepted a storm." He sent back the rocket side. But that was pretty unique. Yeah, there's Davy's car, and then there's the TIV. As the storm was really trying its hardest right there. We turned. I think he either sat there or he went down the road a little further. The TIV did. We made a left here, across these railroad tracks that were right here. Went back down the road a little bit further to get a little bit south, because if we'd have went east, we'd have been in the hail of the storm. We went south and turned on a dirt road to head east, and we ended up actually behind the Dominator. Yes, Reed Timmer ended up right in front of us in the Dominator. And then he ended up bolting down the road, high speed. We couldn't catch him, and then unfortunately, after that catastrophe hit, I think this was one of the last. Actually, this is as we were Is this where we were stuck? No. This is beforehand. This was just like a little bit of a scud that I thought was really cool. And then we ended up getting stuck that afternoon, and then we couldn't chase no more, so we had to wait for help. Brandon, Corey, and Vince were on their way to help pull us out. I called my buddy Nick. He's a tow truck driver in Oklahoma. He was starting a tow truck our way. We were like buried deep in the mud. So clay roads, they're clay, but you hit them when they're wet, they're like ice. You just skate across them, and then it put us right into the ditch. And then the ditch was so muddy from all the rain, we just got stuck and had some vehicle issues, and then we lost our four-wheel drive, and then we were stuck. So we did everything we could to pull ourselves out. Davey ended up getting up the road his little freaking car. I don't know how he did it, but he did it. But kudos to him. But Davey and his mom Ann stayed with us the whole time. They could have kept chasing. They refused to continue chasing. They stayed with us. We were waiting for the tow truck to come. Brandon, Vince, and Corey were on their way to come pull us out, which I don't think they would even got us out. I really don't. We actually had a very large tractor. A farmer was passing by and saw us stuck, so he went back to his farm and got his tractor. Like, it was a big tractor that was on tracks, and he came and pulled us out. Clint Tolley was his name. Clint Tolley of Tolley Farm, C North. He come and pulled us out, and that was the end of the night, obviously, because it was like 11 o'clock at night. It was dark. Davey stuck with us. We had to drop the tranny in the middle of the road. And we ended up getting, right in the middle of a lightning storm, we ended up getting to the hotel where it was dry. But we're lucky. I always say things happen for a reason. Because with us getting stuck, we ended up getting way behind the storm. Well, the storm ended up producing like baseball-sized hail, went into one of the towns up the road, and destroyed everybody's vehicles. Everybody's vehicles got destroyed. So something helped us out and kept us safe. So I think Zeta just farted on the couch beside me. Hey, you farting over there? You farting over there? Dogs. So obviously with the welcome to Kansas side, little side because we were on a back road. This was the Washita County Courthouse in Oklahoma. I forget what town. It's in the description, which I don't know if I have up. New Cordell, Oklahoma. Showing how flat it is. This was kind of a down day. We were debating on going west of Colorado to chase some hailstorms or gamble on some pop-up little popcorn storms that had a little bit of rotation potential in them in eastern Kansas. Unfortunately, we chose the wrong end of the deal, and we ended up going after the popcorn storms. They were still pretty storms, though, but didn't do much. But we got some cool pictures of the chase vehicle and the storms at a distance and stuff. They did produce some hail, but not a lot, as you can see. And we got a rainbow, too. Pretty rainbow. Real pretty rainbow. Here's the next day.
Good morning, everyone. Storm Chase Strasburg.
This is when it gets interesting.
We're just getting ready to hit the road here in Hutchinson, Kansas for a big chase day across the Kansas-Oklahoma area. A moderate risk, a wind-driven moderate risk has been issued for this area for this afternoon into this evening. Winds could gust up to 80 miles an hour, with some areas 100 mile per hour gusts possible. So some areas could see over 100 miles per hour wind gusts through this afternoon and into the evening. Storms are expected.
So the moderate risk was mostly for Kansas. They were talking about a derecho coming through, or derecho coming through. So there's a big squall line of severe winds. They were talking up to 100 mile per hour winds possible. And then down at the southern end is where the tornado potential was, which is where we ended up going. So, hey, it's my favorite Kiwi. Ghosty, what's up? How are you? I don't have to fear anymore. Ghosty's here. I fear
to
this doesn't
develop
play.
about 4 to 7 p.m. across the area here. And again, it extends down into Oklahoma. But winds aren't the only factor. We could see potential for large hail to very large hail over 2 inches in diameter, and a few tornadoes are not out of the question either. We'll be targeting the southern end of the system as it moves east-northeast across Kansas. Going to start near Dodge City and move east-northeast, but we're going to be targeting the southern end near the Oklahoma-Kansas border for the potential for that very large hail and tornadoes, as well as maybe get in a little bit on the MCS.
I hear a helicopter outside, or it's a very loud drone.
We'll be live on YouTube throughout the day here, starting this afternoon for live
Fly Radar
coverage
24 is
of
good
this
for.
potential dangerous, deadly day across this area. Stay tuned. Again, we'll be
Oops, that
tracking
medevac.
all the hazards possible today, including the very destructive winds over 100 miles an hour, very large hail over 2 inches in diameter, and the tornado potential near the Oklahoma-Kansas border.
Excuse me, sorry. Die here a little bit. So this day was obviously the Weatherford tornado that what ended up happening. So this ended up producing a PDS, a particularly dangerous situation for thunderstorm watch. They were called for hail up to 4 inches in diameter, as well as severe winds up to 100 miles per hour, and potential for some strong, violent tornadoes. This day would actually be one of the very first for me ever. I don't remember if I ever got a screenshot of it, but this was the first ever tornado emergency that I chased. Ever. So, yes, there was a tornado emergency issued this day for Custer City, and we were in it. Chubb says if I was a movie executor, I'd make another movie, call it Twister Chasers, starring Josh Connie, Chris and Mars, and Grandma. Oh, thank you, Chubbs. That would be cool if they did a movie with all a family of chasers. That'd be really cool. Someone get a hold of Hollywood. Let them know we're interested. Here's the Mammatus clouds too. You don't get to see this too often, but yeah, this is really cool. You get Mammatus clouds where there's a lot of instability in the air. You see Mammatus clouds, you know it's going to be a pretty crazy day. But yeah, here's more Mammatus clouds. You can see they're a little bubbly like. A lot of turbulence, a lot of instability. But they're pretty like, that's what's crazy. Here's the tornado warning at the time. It was not an emergency yet. But when it hit Custer City, it was a tornado warning. When it hit Custer City, it was a tornado emergency. It was going for Weatherford. We were obviously, this day was a bad day for us. We made a mistake of, we saw some storms over more western Oklahoma, near the Texas Panhandle, firing up. And then they kind of died off. We're like, we'll move a little bit east and, try to, drop, or they were supposed to talk about more storms firing off to the east. So what this storm did is it was obviously over here forming. It died off. We were still up here. We moved east, and we saw it reformed again, produce a tornado. So we started dropping south as fast as we could to get down and on the south side of it so we could see the tornado. And there's this one down here to the south, which actually started producing some pretty big hail near Cornell. Started moving up that way too. More Mammatus clouds. Here was the tornado emergency. As you can see in the background too. That someone was saying about Butler, Oklahoma, Weatherford, you need to be in a safe place. Reports of either a large wall cloud or an actual tornadoes on the ground coming in. And that's the thing is when I started seeing pictures of it and I started hearing from like Logan, Beating Mary messaged me and said, hey, you guys need to be careful. Like they're thinking this thing's over a mile and a half wide on the ground. We're like, oh. And it was like, I saw a picture that looked like the whole storm was sitting on the ground. That's how big it was. It was a big tornado. Maddie! How are you, Maddie? So I hear over in over in New Zealand that the sickness like gets pushed away easier, gets like pushed into the jungle more. So I'm gonna come to New Zealand to get rid of my illness. Because yes, I'm fighting a head cold. Anyone who's jumping in new, that's why I kind of sound a little crappy tonight. Fighting a head cold. I've been fighting it since Sunday night. I've been off work the last 2 days with it. Hoping to go back to work tomorrow. We're gonna see how I feel in the morning. I really can't afford to be off again, but life is life. Got to do what you got to do to get better, right? So here we were in Weatherford for this. This is the supercell that started forming just to the north of us along the main road. If you go up this main road, you end up in Custer City. The tornado was somewhere in here. For Matt and Ghosty and anyone else who's joining in, this is our pictures and videos from our chasecation of this year back in May. We were in Weatherford, Oklahoma for this tornado. You can see how real pretty the supercell was of this storm. Real pretty. Someone bring your Yellow Lab CPAP storm machine. I'm going to need one tonight because I sound like such crap. You can see the layers topping off on this storm. You can actually see some Amatis up here too, which was crazy.
Hey guys, we're chasing George for the PA Storm Trackers. We're going for Weatherford, Oklahoma right now. We got a large...
Notice the stop sign shaking, guys. Watch the stop sign, how it just shakes back and forth really fast. That's the inflow into the storm. That's the wind that's feeding this storm and keeping it going. This storm went on for a long, long time. It actually produced a storm of tornado Weatherford, hydro, and then it went over towards Oklahoma City, towards like Yukon and Mustang, and produced a tornado over there.
Tornado on the ground right back in circulation back in there right now. Or still was just a little bit ago. Very, very close. There's only just a couple miles to our north right now. Very close to intercept. Take a look at that structure. Look at that thing. Just north of Weatherford, Oklahoma. Watching a huge supercell storm that's been dropping tornadoes all day long. We're going to continue watching the circulation. We are live on YouTube, PA Storm Trackers. Check us out. Again, huge tornado warning storm with just tornado emergency just a little bit ago from Custer City. We might be breaking into some search and rescue here shortly.
Which we thought we were. We thought we were going to be breaking into search and rescue. There, I got video.
Wow! Look at that storm, guys. Tornadic storm. Has dropped numerous tornadoes.
There's a tour over here, a tour group.
All the way up or updraft. Wow! She is incredible.
She was a very pretty storm. You could see the whole most of the structure. She was a very pretty storm. It's hard to tell in this picture, but the tornado is pretty much getting ready. Actually, I think it's crossing the road right here. I think it's right here. That's where the tornado is. It's a pretty large wedge tornado down on the ground, probably about a half mile wide at this point, crossing over the road. I did hear from numerous chasers that it was up to a mile and a half wide at one point coming into Custer City. So it was a pretty big tornado. So we moved on the other side of Weatherford. Weatherford will be over here. So this storm was getting closer and kind of coming over the north side of Weatherford. There was another area of rotation going to be over here to the left, which I did get pictures and video of, so I'll show you that in a second. But as the storm started coming in, you'll hear on the video here, you'll hear the tornado sirens.
Still in Weatherford?
But yeah, this is the new area of circulation. You'll hear the tornado sirens in the background.
Tornado sirens screaming across the town. Got a large area of rotation here. Then over in there too, there was an area of dust being sucked up, but I'm watching this area right here. It's past us. We're going to be able to watch it, I think, now.
This whole thing was circulating, by the way. This whole thing right here was circulating, was spinning.
Oh, she's getting that cone on the front of her there.
I thought she was going to drop a tornado.
A little bit of one. Oh, what's that going right over the top of the show us sign right now? Back in there a little bit. It's dark. I'm seeing maybe a funnel right there, guys, right in the middle.
dissipated a little bit, but it looked like a funnel tried. You can hear the tornado sirens in the background going.
Tornado sirens continuing to scream across Weatherford right now. We had a large tornado on the ground a little bit ago. Large cone. Right now, not seeing anything right now, but definitely something to watch.
So this part we were watching here actually did end up, as it went across Weatherford, it actually ended up producing a tornado that hit northern part of Hydro, actually through a farmhouse or a barn against a farmhouse, where my friend is a tow truck driver for at Hydro. So we ended up going there to help, and it was heading towards Bridgeport area. So everybody knows Bridgeport. There's it. Actually, here it is going over Hydro right now. You can kind of see a little bit of it in there. It wasn't a real big tornado, but it was definitely on the ground causing some damage. You see all the other chasers. There's a lot of chasers out. Got to think it's May. That's how a lot of people take their chasecations. That's usually when we take ours. So that's obviously a lot of people are out chasing. So here's another tornado warning that came out right where we were sitting. This actually we were within probably about a quarter mile or less of this area here that was rotating. And this almost dropped the tornado.
I'm shutting my window. I'm just trying to get clear picture because I can't see it either.
Good video. I can't see from my side at all.
That's
inflow.
Oh no, it's gonna drop right here. Look at this. Here we go. Can I get out?
Go ahead, go.
Jump out, get the good camera.
I don't have time. Here, hold this. Someone.
Oh God, that's rotating right there.
This right here.
Real tight rotation.
We thought it was going to drop right here.
Dad, you're looking at your mirror. Oh, you were looking at the mirror. Is that inflow or is that outflow? It might be
It's out there. Which way is that blowing? From the back or the front?
From my front.
So it's outflow.
That's when it started becoming outflow dominant. Okay, Maddie, be safe, my friend. Chums asked if you ever filmed an F5 tornado. No, I have not filmed an F5. We were very close to an F4 tornado, which was the Greenfield, Iowa tornado, which still should have been an EF5, in my opinion. But it's a whole story for a whole other day. I don't want to get into that big conversation tonight. That's a long conversation that gets me a little fired up. But I have filmed EF3s. I filmed numerous EF3s, 2s and 3s. Never got an EF5. I've been close to a couple EF4s, but never got the film of the EF4, unfortunately.
Just got another tornado warning come over. Extended it until 9:30.
Yep.
This storm was still doing the thing. That was Davies who heard. We were chatting with each other, but yeah, here's the next tornado warning. I never did get any pictures of the storms that went into Yukon and Mustang, Oklahoma, which is close to Oklahoma City. Ended up being an EF2 over there. If you watch our live from that day for the Weatherford tornado, we went into that area to see if we could help because there wasn't a whole lot of people over there at the time. We got in there. The police were already cleared all the houses, but you could hear fire alarms going off. You could smell the natural gas. It was really bad. There was houses ripped apart. There was cars thrown everywhere. There was actually supposedly a car, a minivan missing that they couldn't find. So we went kind of riding around looking for it, and I don't know if they ever found it or not. So. So this is the next day. This is So we left Oklahoma that night, drove up into Kansas. Did we stay in Kansas that night? We got somewhere north of Oklahoma City, and somewhere near Kansas, I think. And we ended up driving all the way up to Colorado for 2 days later, or the next day, or whatever it was. This is the Colorado chase. This storm ended up getting real pretty. Produced a ton of hail. Got tornado warned a couple times. We never saw a tornado, but ended up getting pretty crazy. But yeah, you can see it's starting to get a real nice shelf cloud here going. This might have been some. Excuse me. Woo. Sorry, guys. All of a sudden, this has hit me out of nowhere. Ghosty, we don't know. We think, Chubbs, is your internet messing up at all, my friend? Because your posts are double posted a lot. I don't know if it's you said your internet was out or your TV was out or something, so it might be messing up a little bit. But I think this storm ended up producing something right here. It got real scuddy. There was ground dust getting kicked around. I don't know if it was circulating at all, but it was real scuddy looking, which was real weird. Oh, excuse me. But we watched it for a while. It did some pretty things, and then obviously it did go tornado warned. We actually had what's his name behind us? Daniel Shaw ended up pulling up behind us and get pictures of the storm. So this was on a dirt road just outside of town here. I forget what town we were here. I'll pull it up. We were in northeast Colorado. So at this point, we were probably between Akron and Yuma. Between Akron and Yuma, Colorado at this point. So, I don't know what my dad's dot showed up somewhere in the storm, and the National Weather Service called him to see what he was seeing. But yeah, you can see the lightning show. That storm was producing a ton of lightning. That's all inflow wind you're hearing too. So that inflow would actually blew my hat off and I had to go chasing it. So with all the strong storms that went through, we obviously had to travel back through all the same area to get back east for Iowa. As we were traveling through, we found a truck stop with a couple sticks down. So I had to get a picture of my little friend, Mr. Squeaks, because you got to get a picture of all the little squirrels that are hanging out, hopping in and out of the trees. So there's Mr. Squeaks. He was just kind of hanging out at the truck stop looking for some nuts that blew out of the tree. So here is, I think this was coming through Omaha that day. Omaha, Nebraska. As we were coming across. We stayed in Kearney, Nebraska again. So obviously this was the start of the big day, guys. This was the big day that the big Greenfield, Iowa tornado hit. I thought that was a cop right there for a second. I'm like, I got a cop watching the highway. That's pretty badass. So this was a first ever for me too. This was a PDS particularly dangerous situation tornado watch. Never have I ever caught a PDS tornado watch in my entire life. Never chased one. This was a first. We had a hotel that night in Des Moines. So that's where we were heading to meet Tornado Pagey because she was coming out to meet us for the big day because they were talking about this day 3, 4, 5 days in advance. They said it was. I just actually watched a documentary, and I'll share it for any of my Facebook friends. So Chris and Ghosty, you guys can watch it on my Facebook. And it talks about this tornado outbreak. It was pretty crazy. All right, Chubb. Sorry to hear about your internet, my friend. Hopefully you can get it taken care of. We will see you on the next one. You have a good night, my friend. If I don't talk to you before your surgery, good luck, and we'll be praying for you. Okay? Just know that we'll be praying for you. We will be seeing you real soon. So you take care, my good friend. So obviously this day they were talking about several strong tornadoes likely, hail up to softball size likely, and widespread winds up to 90 mile per hour likely. It was up till 9 o'clock Central Daylight Time, and it was for to 2/3 of eastern Iowa into southern Minnesota, which I have chased obviously to before, and then a little bit into Illinois. It was more of like Des Moines, Ames, Fort Dodge, and then down to the southwest that got the tornadoes that day. Hi, Dylan. How are you? So there we were leaving. Oh. I was going to say, what did I click? I don't even know, but. Anyway, so yeah, you can see we were leaving Des Moines, Iowa, heading south. And, you can see the PDS tornado watch was out. They were talking about 4-inch size hail again. There's some of that. It's already starting. It was actually kind of wavy, so it looked like aspermatus. Asperatus clouds, they have abatus clouds. I call them aspermatus clouds. That's a trademark. Don't steal it. Only PA storm trackers can call them aspermatus. Or Davey. We let Davey call them that too. And then here was the first tornado warning of the day that we got into. I didn't get a whole lot of pictures that day just because it was it was an insane day. We had Jason Garrison with us. We had I forget his name, Buckeye. Oh, was it Buckeye Bill? I forget his name. I'll have to look it up. But another chaser was with us from back home. And then we had Pagey riding along with us. And so we ended up going chasing us. This was after the storms had passed through. This is in DeSoto, Iowa. So we went riding around the next day and found some damage. Bro, oh, you need a drink, Ghosty. I was going to say, bro, need a drink? I'm like, yeah, I probably do. Yeah, we're praying for you, Chubbs. We're praying for you. Don't you forget that. Like I said, we don't see you before. Good luck with your surgery. Have a Merry Christmas. I don't know if we'll be doing anything before Christmas either, so we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. Unfortunately, we work all until Christmas. So this was some of the damage from the EF4. EF4. I still think it was an EF5 tornado that hit Greenfield. It did knock over some windmills. It shredded them. I mean, those windmills aren't easy to topple over. Here's 3. You can see here 1, 2, 3 windmills that it just toppled over, like it snapped them like toothpicks. Oh, I posted that again, but unfortunately, that's all I got. Now, if you go on our Facebook page, on the trackers page, let's see if I can pull them up here. I don't know if we have or not. Oh, that's the ones we got tagged in. Okay, cool. Why is this thing being weird tonight? We can go through some of these pictures and take a look too, because actually this is the page, the trackers page. If you guys are interested in seeing any of these extra pictures on here, these are all on the trackers page as well. There's Coffee. Coffee got all her stuff with her sus cat. Oh. Let me see here. All right, so we'll start here. We'll work our way up backwards. So this is also from chasecation. This is actually was taken by Mama B or Papa B or me. Put them on the Trackers Facebook page. If you guys want to take a look at them there, you can. But we'll go through them real quick here. We won't keep you all up all night. Here's where the vehicle got stuck in the mud. This is actually when it was still stuck. We were trying to get it unstuck. It was pretty buried on that clay road. And here's the big tractor. Actually, I take that back. It did have tracks, but it had real big wheels on it. And then us cleaning it off the next day. I sit on a road looking at the clear skies. Mama B obviously gets awesome pictures. So anybody ever has a contest or a photo contest coming up that they know of, let us know. Mama B I'm sure would be happy to enter her pictures into it. She's actually won first place at the county fair a couple times. So there's a birdhouse that was blown out of a tree from the winds. Colorado, the sunset in the background. Speaking of Mama B, there she is right there. So y'all can tell her how awesome her pictures are, because that's what we're looking at. We're looking at her pictures. There's actually the storm when we were in Ray, Colorado, Akron, Yuma. Like I said, you see a lot of chasers who, the chaser convergence. All those red dots are all storm chasers. You can see we're kind of in a mix of all of them. So in May, if there's a big storm outbreak going on, yeah, you're gonna see something like that. A lot of red dots show up on and it was getting a road ice hook on it. We thought we were going to get a tornado, and I don't think it ever did produce a tornado. There's us. Papa B and me. There's Papa B taking a picture. I got to get more radar screenshots when we're out chasing too. I always forget because it's so crazy busy. Here's another one. Oh, bugger. Go back. There you go. Yeah, how about this one, Dylan? It's a pretty nice wrap storm there with a road ice couplet going in it, coming into Akron. This was the significant tornado parameter in Iowa the day of the Greenfield, Iowa tornado. So you can see how high the parameters were down south, especially heading up towards Greenfield. It was real high parameters. There's a picture of the, photograph. Wow. Couldn't think of it for a second there. Sickness has really got to my head. Whew. But this is the photograph of that day in that area as well. You can see real nice hook on the photograph. Got your PDS. Cape was almost 4,000 joules per kilogram. Storm relative helicity was pretty high up there. You had a day for a disaster here. You're getting temperatures of 81, dew points around 70. Kind of Katrina, but that's what we're here too for. Any other questions you can ask, and we'll answer them. We'll show other storms too. Or other chases we've had in the past. If I have one here, we can ask questions about anything. We can talk about the meet and greet. We can talk about the summit coming up. We can talk about what we're doing for Christmas. You could talk about what's my favorite food. I don't care. Giving you guys something because I know we haven't been out a whole lot and I feel horrible, but there's just been no weather, so I agree, Dylan. I agree 100%. It was definitely a year to remember for sure. It's still going strong, and we really haven't seen a second tornado season. They always say, oh, there's a second tornado season like October to December. It just hasn't happened this year. It really hasn't been that crazy. So we've been very lucky and very blessed. Obviously, I had a thunderstorm warning here for strong winds and stuff. Now, I know it's a little harder to see here in these pictures, but this is the damage from Greenfield. We were able to get it the next day. We waited a while to post the pictures out of respect of everybody that was involved, but we did end up getting into town. We were delivering supplies, but they didn't need any. We wanted to help, and and they just said take the supplies over to the church, and we actually went right through town and kind of rode around a little bit, like up and down like 2 or 3 streets, but that was it. Which is so crazy. You went from the east side of Greenfield, you had trying to think, get my train of thought back on here. You went to the east side of Greenfield, and there was, every house was destroyed. The hospital was ripped apart. And you go to the west side of town, there wasn't a branch off a tree. People's furniture was still on their front porch. That tornado, it was small, but it was like a drill bit. It was very violent, small tornado. It was like when you hear EF4, EF5, you're thinking the wide, mile and a half wide tornado ripping through a whole town. This thing was only like a quarter mile wide, if that. Probably only a couple 100 yards wide, but it was just so strong and powerful, it just zipped right through there. Here's a little bit better of a picture. You can see the debris was lined the roads. This is actually looking at the hospital. There's a house here that was, or a building here that was completely gone. There's the hospital in the background. The trees are just absolutely shredded. Metal wrapped around the trees. This is only the day after the tornado hit, by the way. This street here had every house gone. Every house was like down to the foundation. So, pretty strong as it went through town. There's the hospital in the background. They have plenty of help in town already. This was a business. The cars thrown. It's just, that's what happens when a big, strong tornado comes through town like that. It destroys everything in the path, and it's sad to see. But thankfully, out of that whole town, only out of that whole day, only 5 people got killed. So the warnings worked. People took shelter. People got underground, and it saved a lot of lives because it could have been really bad. But that's crazy seeing how much destruction was. But like I said, power companies were there, first responders were there, 3 removal people were there. The local grocery store has a disaster response team. They were already set up and ready to go. The donations coming in were crazy. Those people were taken care of for a long time. How much stuff they had. So here's one of my another good picture I've taken. So you guys have seen, obviously, my tornado and storm from South Dakota. Here's my one from Minnesota that I caught this supercell that tried to produce a tornado. Me and Landon Danovich were on this one. We got right in the right spot for this one. Just kind of watched it do its thing forever. It was perfect. The colors, too, were amazing. I don't remember where this one was. That's over a river. That's over Parkersburg, West Virginia. I know that area. I know that overlook because I've told him about that overlook. I watched storms from there. That's the overlooking the Ohio River. That's the Ohio River right there. And Parkersburg, West Virginia. Hey, look at that young stud on the left there. Holy crap, who's that kid? When I was 13, that was, 13 years ago, I went to the local news station in Pittsburgh because I met their chief meteorologist at the local county fair. Told him I was interested in being a meteorologist. So he gave me his card, said, call me up, we'll set up a tour, you come towards the news station. So I got to go down to the news station in Pittsburgh, and he showed me around the whole weather, the weather stuff. I got to sit in there and watch. The whole family got to go. It was me, Mom, Dad, Mars, all got to go, and we got to sit and watch all 3 newscasts. We got to sit in the producer's room while they were calling the shots. But I was 13 when that picture was taken. That was 13 years ago. But that's when I got the tour. That's Mike Harvey, our chief meteorologist at WTAE Channel 4 in Pittsburgh. He's still there. He's still the chief meteorologist. But I got to meet the whole news team and everything. It was super cool. What else was knee-high to grasshopper? Yeah, pretty much. I was a little. These must be for my birthday pictures. I'm gonna be put up a post on the Facebook page about me. So you guys are getting to see a little bit of everything here. That was when we were out in Illinois. I think that's the same day that the new London, Iowa tornado happened. I was watching the storm coming in. Hey, look, there's another me. That's my other passion. If anybody doesn't know, I am a volunteer firefighter of 13 years. I joined at 14. And I've been a fireman ever since. Obviously, that's me. I was doing fire prevention that day, so I geared up, crawled, and showed the kids all my gear and stuff. That's my older gear. It was all dirty, but I got new gear since. But yeah, that's me. It's my other passion. So when I'm out storm chasing, I'm fighting fires. This actually was a year ago. Actually, I got the memories in my Facebook today. I should probably share them. So this is from Clarksville, Tennessee last year. They got hit with an EF3 tornado and destroyed half the town. I reached out to my buddy Adam. Here's Adam here in his wheelchair, because he's friends with these guys. And I said, hey, you guys need help down there. We're coming down. I have all these supplies I got gathered up. And he's like, yeah, I'll put you in touch with Sirens Project. If you look up Sirens Project, they're a non-charity group, or they're a charity group trying to think of the right word here. My brain just doesn't want to work today. But they're a group that does tree removal and debris cleanup after storms. So they've been doing a lot of Helene. They did Debbie. They did Milton. They did Clarksville, Tennessee. So there's Landon Danovich. You guys know Landon. He chases with me from time to time. So that's Landon there. There's Warren. He's the head of Sirens Project. And I never did get these two other guys' names, but they're part of Sirens Project. And Warren's fiance at the time, now wife and mother of their kid, is taking the picture. We all worked our butts off that day to cut down trees in the neighborhood and clear debris. You can see the house behind me here has no roof. That was an EF3 tornado that went through there. Mechanic Bob Loader. What? Oh, he's talking to Justin. Okay. I was like, wait, what? Here's the other experience. This is also me on the ladder. There's Papa B actually beside me. We're at climbing in a window where unfortunately we found a body. This was a house fire in 2022, so 2 years ago. We climbed in a window and found the person deceased, and we were able to recover them for the family. So that was a sad day there. All right, Ruthie, you have a good night. We'll see you next time. Take care. We'll see you again soon. Here's also the same day as New London, Iowa. Papa B, Mama B. There's Paigey, Mama Ann, Landon Smith, and Davey and me. Me and Mama B at the Guns N' Roses concert last year? Yeah, last year. Me take a video of the New London, Iowa tornado. There's the tornado heading into New London itself. This was chasecation 2 years ago in Oklahoma. Was that Oklahoma? That was Texas. We were in Texas for that day. Obviously, the National Severe Storms Laboratory truck and one of the Dow trucks, one of the radar trucks from one of the universities. Had to go over and get pictures of it. Super cool. Me and Papa B after getting an award for driving a fire truck in a parade. There's me taking video of the Perryton, Texas tornado. That's the day we met Reed and got to watch the tornado form almost right in front of us. Perryton. Hey, there's me fighting a brush fire in the woods at night. There's me after doing a training. That was a few years ago. I still had my helmet with my name on it. I don't have my name on my helmet anymore. There's me in shoulder deep snow in Buffalo, New York. This was a couple years ago. If Cam Miller's still watching, this was in Buffalo. This was actually Orchard Park, Hamburg area, where they had 83 inches of snow. This was that big one they had a couple years ago, 83 inches of snow. That was me standing in the snowdrift. Then it was up to my shoulders, and I still wasn't touching the ground yet. So it was pretty deep snow. So this one, this is the one me and Landon caught when we were in Wisconsin heading up to Minnesota the first time. I think it was the first time. No, second time. Second time we were heading up there. We caught this beautiful storm trying to blow up with the color we thought was really nice. So yeah, Dylan. So we use a leaf blower to. Yeah, it wasn't a drip torch backpack blower. It was an actual leaf blower. Actually, I'll go back to that picture for you guys for a second here. So it's a leaf blower. Yep, Dylan was right. It's a leaf blower. You go along the line of the perimeter of the fire, and you blow the leaf litter that's not burned, and you make a path. But along the edge of the area that did burn to the area that's not burned, you make a path down to the dirt, so the fire can't travel any further. You try to blow all your leaf debris away from your fire area, so it doesn't burn. It doesn't keep burning. They call it a fire line. Drip torches do work well too. Unfortunately, I don't have a drip torch. I'd love to have a drip torch. That would be awesome. But I have worked with people who have used drip torches. Actually, I probably worked with somebody that you guys. I used a Terra torch. You guys ever heard of a Terra torch? It is a flamethrower on the back of a UTV. It's like a drip torch, but it's a flamethrower. I've seen one in action. It is damn awesome. I wanted one, so I looked at my fire chief and said, "Can we please get one?" Yes, yep, Dylan, that's exactly what it is. It's a perimeter. Yep, making a perimeter around the fire, so it doesn't expand. Yeah, I know, right? I want a Terra torch so bad. The things are freaking awesome. I want a drip torch, but Terra torches are so much cooler. Because a drip torch, you walk around and it just drips out fire. It's gasoline. You light it, drips out fire, and lights it on fire. The Terra torch is like a flamethrower. You just go back and forth, and it just lights everything on fire. It's so cool. I want one so bad. I've seen it in action. It's really cool. But I've been a wildland fireman for 8 years now, too, by the way. So not only am I a regular firefighter, I'm also a wildland firefighter for 8 years as well. So I've been all across the state fighting wildfires. So the one chase me and Landon were coming back from in Iowa. We ended up getting a tornado back here at home. Well, here's some of the damage that was caused by that tornado. It was an EF2. Did some damage to a barn roof and stuff. So, I don't know where that picture was taken. It's at a church or something. It's pretty skies, though. Obviously, I shared a ton of the meet and greet. There was a big storm day in New York, which we never chased, I don't think, because I didn't like chasing New York. Here was our big cookout. If you guys weren't around for our cookout, so when we had our big meet and greet at the drive-in last year, we had a little cookout the day before for all the chasers that came in. So Paigey was there, Bryce was there, Davey and his mom were there, Alasdair was there. So we had a little cookout. Got together, had some food, and set off some fireworks and had a good time. I obviously invited a lot of my friends too, but there's Paigey and Bryce, Mike Push Carriage. I think that's Mike Push Carriage right there. There's Mama Ann sitting in a corner. Mama B must have taken a picture because there's Papa B. There's Graham B sitting in a corner giving Mama side eye. I love Grandma B. Hi, Melinda. How are you? Hi, WWT. How are you? Welcome in. Yeah, see, Justin, if drip torches take a while, that's why I need a Terra torch. It's that big flamethrowers on the back of UTVs. That's what you need. You'll never have a problem with fire again. Yep, there's Mama Ann. There's all the guys hanging out. There's Mike Hollis, who you just saw a little bit ago, chatting away. There's Charlie. You'll see him on here from time to time. He's Western PA Fire Audio Incidents. Give him a follow. He's a good guy. Davey and me all hanging out. There's all of us doing a shot together because, you know, why not? It's a party. Mama B and Pagey. Mama Ann shooting off Roman candles. Davey trying to light himself on fire. There's one of our super dances we did for you guys with the Duck Cats. You go in. We did it live that day, so you guys will have to find that. Here's the fireworks that I set off. And then we did another little dance. Must have got a picture of the meet and greet ourselves, but must have been a little storm that fired up down there in south of here. Bars, storm chase groundhog. Here's one of our best pictures we've ever taken. So how I was telling you guys, Mama B takes awesome pictures. This is one of the best pictures she's ever taken. This was in North Dakota in 2021. We caught 3 tornadoes in the same spot. She got the lightning and the whole supercell structure. With the coloring, one of her best pictures she's ever taken. All thanks to Mama B. So, guys like his picture, definitely tell Mama B. Was that our first dance, Ghosty? I don't think that one. No, because we did one before that when we were out in the hail and rainstorm out in Washington County and we came across that bad accident. So obviously with that picture, Mars drew a picture of the storm. So I thought that was really cool. So there's one of the tornadoes that we caught in North Dakota, and then Mars drew it, obviously. That's some really cool sunset pictures. We were taking a look at some of these the other day. I think the colors of those are amazing. Look at the coloring. How amazing. Orange, pinks, blues, purples, reds, yellows. Got all kind of colors going on there. Hi, Eggsy. How are you? Welcome in. There's Coffee, which she got all her stuff from us. Then here was our Debbie Chase that we did. This is the time that Justin got to join us when we ended up in South Carolina. We stopped at Darlington. So there you go. Mama B said it. I agree, Ghosty. I'm gonna ask her to do, if she likes to do drawings, I want her to do the picture of mine, the supercell that I took. I think that would be awesome. There's Davey and me. Oh, Davey looks scared. I mean, you could probably guess where we are. It's the favorite southern restaurant for storm chasers. I'm sure Justin will take a wild guess at it. Davey had like 4 or 5 cups of coffee that day. Then I got Buc-ee's. Oh, hey, there was a hurricane warning. Interesting. Oh, storm surge warning too. Sweet. But yeah, this was the day we went down for Debbie, which ended up being Hurricane Debbie. Right on the verge of Cat 1 to Cat 2. We were in Perry for that one. Hey, we found Crane. Just chilling out. Then here it comes in. We were near Steinhatchee when it made landfall. Flash flood emergency. Then we ended up going up north. Into South Carolina, we got the tornado warnings. And then I caught this one in Virginia that was an observed tornado heading towards me. Yep, Justin called it Waffle House. Eggsy said it too. Someplace with waffles? Yep. Someplace with delicious waffles. And then this was all that. This picture was from flooding up in northern PA that I tried to get to, could not because the pulled pork sandwiches. Oh, you don't have to worry, Dylan. I don't get the pulled pork. I get the brisket sandwiches. Those are my favorite. And that was me heading home that night from northern PA at the sunset. And then they got the cool water spouts that day, Mama B and Papa B. There's a couple. Look at that water spout, guy. That's a water spout because it's down on the water. They got that. I wasn't with them that day. They had an awesome day with water spouts. Beautiful water spout. Fully condensed water spout. You don't get any better than that. Then rainbow. Pretty sunsets. They make extra large brisket sandwiches? What? I didn't know that. Oh. I cannot wait for the one to open up Dayton, Ohio. I'm going to be there like all the time when I go west. Because unfortunately, the closest Buc-ee's to us here in PA is Kentucky or South Carolina. That's the two closest ones to us here in PA. They're opening one in Dayton, Ohio that I can't wait for. I have been to one in South Carolina. I've been to the one in Missouri. I've been to the one in Kentucky. And I've been to the one in Alabama. So I've been to like 4. So yeah, I think it was the one in Springfield, Missouri. I think that's the one I stopped at in Missouri. But I don't, there's none here. There's not near PA. Kind of sucks. Oh, I agree, Marla. I love brisket sandwiches. They're so good. And I got more pictures of the water spouts that day. The rainbows. Then we had the Northern Lights. This was actually at our house. We got to see the Northern Lights. I think this was the one in May. I'm pretty sure this is the one in May or something. Or no, that was the one in July. Or August, I'm sorry, because then we had the second meet and greet at the Twister thing. We didn't, Anybody who watches storm chasing know who this guy is here on the right. He's a well-known storm chaser. He's been helping a lot with North Carolina stuff, so leave it at that. But does anybody know who this chaser is here? I got to meet him. Have I ever seen a snow devil? Yes, I have seen a snow devil. Not very big, but I have seen one. Yes. Thank you, Mama B. Yep. Does anybody know who this guy is here on the right? This chaser right here. Yep, you guys are right. It is Chris Hall. I bought my Hell Guard off of him, and I cannot wait to get it on for chase season next year. I'm super excited. And Eggsy, you said about trying Casey's in Iowa. Casey's is my go-to anytime I go west of Ohio. I have to stop. Anytime I'm out chasing in the Midwest, I have to stop at Casey's. I love their pizza. My favorite. Yes, he is, Chris. Yeah, he's still busting his butt with RVs to North Carolina. I've invited him to the meet and greet. I still have not heard back. I know he's super busy right now, and I'm hoping he takes a break to answer me back. But yeah. So yeah, Chris is a very good guy. I've actually chased on a couple storms with him as well. I chased with him on Debbie, which actually we were near your area, Justin. We were down at Myrtle Beach. I actually ended up meeting up with Chris, and we chased down there, and I've chased with him We actually had met up with him in Florida too for Debbie. I've kept it. I mean, we chase hurricanes. We kind of keep in contact with each other just to make sure each of us are safe because he usually chases by himself. So I'm just like, hey, you know. So we keep an eye on each other. So Chris is a really good guy. Yep, Ghosty said it. Josh loves Casey's Pizza and loves hot dogs. It's my go-to when I'm chasing. So there you guys go. You know what I like to eat when I do my stuff. So, all right, Dylan, have a good night. Thanks for stopping in. Have a good night. Happy holidays to you, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm not going to be on too much longer myself, just because I got to work tomorrow too. So. There's the chase that me and Lana were going to do out there in South Dakota or Minnesota the day that everything kind of fell apart. Here's my Northern Lights that I got in North Dakota. No one else in my family has seen Northern Lights outside of PA except me. I'm the only one. And Grandma B was with me for this. This was up in near Jamestown, North Dakota. Pagey, Tornado Pagey actually called me and said, hey, get outside, get away from town, and look north. I said, why? She's like, Northern Light alert, like now. I said, oh, okay. So I went out of town, like 5 miles north out of town, pulled over, saw it with my own eyes. I'm like, that's the Northern Lights. So I started getting pictures, and that's what I was seeing. You can see all the colors. We actually had pillars. And then there's my big one. There's my baby. That's the baby. That's my tornado. That's the best picture I've ever taken of a tornado. And I still say it every day I post it on Twitter. Every day I said that is the best storm I've ever chased in my entire life. So if you guys always wonder what my best storm I've ever chased was, it was the Loud City, South Dakota storm. Yeah, I remember, Ghosty, you were watching that. You were going, oh, is that a tornado? I'm like, yeah, it's a tornado, Ghosty. That's when it got pretty large. It was a large wedge at that point. I'm actually here. So this is when it was, you guys can see it right here. So I was talking a little bit ago about, oh, this is we had one at night that was on the live. Here it is. It was a big cone. And that's not the windshield wiper. That was actually a tornado. You were watching Ghosty while Mom and Dad were on the phone. He said, there's a tornado right in front of you. That was it. That was the one right there. I almost drove into the thing, too. And then we actually had one behind us, too, at that point. Actually, I was watching the live back. So before I drove almost into this one, we were pulled over and it started getting dark, and I looked at the live. I was pulling you guys out, and there was another tornado on the ground. It was being lit up by the lightning. So that was my first ever few tornadoes that I've caught at night. I don't like chasing at night. I will not chase at night. I'm not a big person who likes it because of the safety aspect of it. That was just all coincidence because we were out there. I don't like chasing at night, especially when I have Grandma with me, because Grandma can't move fast. Grandma will get stuck in a car, and I have to pick her up and carry her out of the car if we ever have to hit a ditch. But we got lucky and blessed with that. I don't like chasing at night. I never will chase at night. That was just the one time where we were trying to get out of there, and it was just, it happened. So, yeah, you can see it right here perfectly. It was a perfect code coming down. Right in front of us, we were running into hail, too. Like I said, if we had turned around like everybody was saying we should have, we'd have ran right into a second one. There was the hail guard getting put on a car. Cool story, the lightning bolt. Yeah, Justin, especially at night. Tornadoes are definitely especially dangerous at night. I don't like chasing tornadoes at night. I don't. I don't. That was just because we were still out and we were trying to like start moving towards our hotel. At that point, we were kind of stuck between two storms. We were kind of screwed. I didn't even see that first tornado. I didn't. So learned a lesson that day too. Just be very, very, very cautious of your surroundings. The good thing was we were out in the middle of nowhere, so nothing was gonna fall on us, which is good. Here's Helene as it moved in. I was chasing Helene. Look, there's a little red dot says Josh Breaker. Look at that hurricane coming in. Coming into Perry, hardcore. This is when we were sitting up near the interstate. Then we decided to head down the interstate. Got stuck in all the. We got stuck on the interstate with all the trucks and stuff. The chasers were so spread out at that point. There was a lot in Steinhatchee. There was a ton in Perry. I think everybody got a hotel in Perry and just stayed there. We were actually up here with like Nick Stewart and Ethan Moriarty. We were all up here with them, and we all ended up hitting the interstate, trying to get east to get to the eye of the storm. Because I wanted to get in the eye and get the pressure, but it obviously didn't work out because we got stuck by all kinds of trees on tractor trailers. And then obviously that's the original poster for the meet and greet coming up next year. Hopefully you guys are coming to that. I'm excited. Still working on getting chasers confirmed. The summit's coming up in February. I may be nominated for an award at the summit. I don't know yet. We'll have to wait and see. They were taking nominations for photos of storms. And a guy I met who's in my profile picture on Facebook, Tim Marshall. I met him in person, shook his hand, talked to him. He commented on one of my pictures on Facebook, which I never tagged him. I never sent it to him, nothing. He found it. He commented asking about what date, when it was, where it was. I told him, well, he's giving out the awards at the summit this year. So it's very possible I could get an award at the summit in Kansas City in February. But hard to say, never know. But I just thought it was cool. He like saw my picture and I never tagged him. So a big guy like Tim Marshall seeing my picture, that means a lot to me. So we'll see. But we have the summit coming up in February. We'll be there all 3 days. We're actually probably leaving a night early to start getting out. There, we might make it out in time for the bowling tournament the night before. Hands, Josh. Oh, thank you, Melinda. Yeah, I definitely need that. But yeah, I need it. But and we're gonna be going out to the summit. Might attend the bowling tournament that evening or Thursday evening. Then we'll be at the summit all weekend long. Davey's gonna be there. There's gonna be a bunch of chasers there. So the flyers for the meet and greet will be handed out to everybody so they actually can see it. Because I know on Twitter and Facebook they don't always see it. Like you guys were saying, like Connor Croft saw, wasn't aware about it. And Storms Hunter Media said that, oh yeah, we saw it, but they weren't really sure about it. So I can actually hand the flyer to people and they'll get, be able to look at it and go, oh yeah, hey. So I got to get more flyers printed out for that. But that's in February. April, either mid to end of April or the end of April into May, I'm taking my chasecation with Landon Smith. We're going out to chase for a week and a half, wherever there are storms. And then at mid to end of May, Mama, Papa, and Mars are heading out for a chasecation themselves. So they'll be out for a week and a half to 2 weeks to chase. So we'll be out pretty much a whole month consecutively to chase. So more Northern Lights. This is all PA. I stayed home that day, but I also saw the Northern Lights here, so I didn't have to go far. Yeah, if you want to, Katrina, yeah, have them send us a message on Facebook or X, or even here on YouTube. I'll get them the details. Looking for as many chases as I could get. Right now, the goal is to get like 20 to 30. Right now, I have 12 confirmed. So, and there's the whole team right there. So, with that, guys, though, I am going to call it for the night because I just looked at it's 1:45. I got to take some NyQuil, get some sleep for work tomorrow because I got to be up at 7 a.m. So, thank you all for tuning in. Check out all of our social media accounts. Check out for the meet and greet. And if I don't talk to you all beforehand, have a wonderful holiday. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Be safe. I'm getting together with Davy Jones and Landon Smith and maybe Mama Ann for New Year's. They're coming up here to PA to spend New Year's with us, so we'll be spending with them. Maybe we'll do a live. We'll see. So thank you all for tuning in. You all have a good night, and we will talk to you all very soon. Have a great holiday and be safe.